Hi, and welcome to the Holly C Podcast, a show about expressing your brilliance with ease and flow. I'll show you how to take the woo-woo out of the clouds and apply it to real life for effortless action. This show is for world changers and future world changers, so if you know there's more to life and you're wondering what's next, this is your show. Hi, I'm Holly, your host. I'm a speaker, author, teacher of health, vitality, and spirituality, and also a dragon spirit guide. In today's podcast episode, we're going to look at how to ask the universe for help. There will be times in life where things don't go exactly as we want them to. Now, this doesn't mean that we're not in alignment or we're not following our soul's calling, because with the ups come the downs. So life is like a cycle. There are phases that our life passes through, like a yin-yang, where there's the waxing and waning of the yin and the yang. So too, there will be times where life is absolutely amazing. Everything is going exactly the way you want it to. Everything is manifesting the way you want it to. And then there will be times through no fault of your own where life's going to be pretty shitty. The important thing is how we deal with the curveballs that life throws us. It's not about avoiding all the darkness or hiding from all the negativity. It's about how we rise above it. And by rise above, I don't mean necessarily that we push it all away and put a smiley face on, but how do we go through these periods in our life with grace and ease, or as much ease as possible? Fortunately, you have the greatest superpower available to you in these times of darkness. Those periods in life where things are stressful, or where some situation or circumstance is ongoing or maybe came out of the blue, and it might be causing you to feel blue, to feel sad, to feel a sense of dread, to feel anger, to feel shame. All of those negative emotions that when people first start on a spiritual path, or even after many years on a spiritual path, sometimes there's this mistaken belief that everything will always be a bed of roses and unicorns and rainbows, and that's not how it is. And there's this feeling like you have to push aside negative emotions and that you should be happy all the time. Not true. So now that we've dispelled that myth, let's talk about how you get through those periods, though, when life is the exact opposite of unicorns and rainbows. So the superpower is not one that you possess, in that it is the universe that is the superpower that is there to help you. The universe is always there to help you. The tricky thing is that when you're feeling down, your vibration is lower, and it is harder for the messages of the universe to be heard by you. Just because it's like, mismatched frequencies on the radio dial. Kind of like if you're trying to tune in to, say, 102.1, but your dial is at 102.2. You kind of get some of it, but it kind of gets static too. So when you are really in a dark mood, when the negativity is really sucking you down into a bog, it is a lot harder to hear the guidance from the universe. It's always just a whisper. And how do you hear a whisper when you're drowning in grief, inflamed with anger, or consumed with worry or stress? So I want to reassure you that it is not impossible to hear the universe, even when you are experiencing all of these emotions, the universe finds a way to you. And think of it like water flowing through rocks. There might be like a barrier built of rocks, and you may have reinforced it with branches and leaves and mud, but eventually the water makes it through the rocks. And so too does the message of the universe. Now, you can help it along by adjusting your radio dial. And the way you do that is to go neutral as best as you can. Now, there are ways to step through your emotions to talk yourself up a level in terms of how you're feeling so that you feel, instead of super crappy, just less crappy. But I'm going to give you a way that's even faster. You connect with your dragon spirit, and then you can clear the mind enough so that you can calm down just enough, settle down those emotions so that you can hear the guidance from the universe. And the way the guidance comes through is like a thought, only it's a thought that doesn't fill you with fear. There's no fear attached to the thought. The thought comes in neutral because you're in that neutral spot, and that's how you can recognize that that is the universe's guidance, is because there's no supercharge of emotion attached to it. Now, of course, the best way to connect with your dragon spirit is to enter the dragon spirit space. It's certainly one of the easiest ways to do it. So let's do that right now. And just to quickly explain, dragon spirit is not an entity or spirit outside of yourself. It's that voice within that craves adventure, exploration, and growth and expansion. And it's your connection to the universe. So when we enter the dragon spirit space, I'm connecting with the universe, getting messages from the universe to communicate to you what you need to hear in order for your mind to quiet so that you can hear what the universe has to say to you. So it's not like I'm passing the message on for you, for your situation. Sometimes I am, but more times than not, it's about me holding space for you so that you can hear your own inner guidance. So let's enter the dragon spirit space, and we're going to do that by taking 3 dragon breaths. And you will breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you breathe out, if you feel like letting out a sigh or a sound like a ha as you breathe out, feel free to do so. So go ahead and place your hand on your heart right now. And just allow your energy to settle down into the core of your body. And let's begin. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out. Ha. And again, in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Ha. Dropping your shoulders as you do that, but lengthening your spine. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out. Ah. Spine lengthened, shoulders dropped. Now, the image that comes to mind is a sunny side up egg on a cast iron frying pan. The frying pan is not much bigger than the egg. It's a small frying pan, or perhaps it's quite a large egg. Just a matter of perspective, which is which. Is it an ostrich egg inside a large frying pan, or is it a chicken egg in a small frying pan? You choose, you decide, it's up to you. Breathe in through your nose, and breathe out. Now, one important message to pass along to you. This one's very critical, very important. When you are in that situation where you are wanting help from the universe, where you're feeling so desperate, it is important to acknowledge your feelings, what you are feeling right then and there. What are you feeling that is causing you to feel so desolate and desperate that you are reaching out to the universe for help. Because without a clear awareness of the emotion you are feeling, if you do not acknowledge and appreciate that emotion, then it holds power over you. So before you can ask for help, well, you can ask for help, but before you're able to receive that help, not that we, the universe, isn't trying to communicate to you, we are, but you can't hear. Your radio dial is not tuned to the right frequency. You are not dialed to 102.1. You are dialed to the AM band instead of the FM band. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out. Now, there's fear that you're so far off, that your emotions are taking you so far away that you can't hear the universe. Feel that fear. Acknowledge that fear. Love and appreciate that fear. These emotions you feel are part of the makeup of who you are. To deny and denigrate the emotions is to deny and denigrate who you are. And who you are is a part of the universe. So you are denying and denigrating the universe when you label these emotions as unwanted. Breathe in through your nose. And easy, relaxed breath out. And if you want, you can rest your hand in your lap right now. No need to keep it on your heart. But before you do, place your hand once more on your chest. And imagine feeling your heart. Not literally holding the organ in your hand, but feeling the energy of your heart in your palm. And whenever you're having trouble identifying the emotion that you're feeling, do this. Because for some, you are so good at repressing emotions that you are unaware of the emotion. Breathe in through your nose. Easy, relaxed breath out. Now, acknowledge the emotion you're feeling in the situation that has caused you to choose to listen to this podcast. Feel that feeling right now. You're in a safe place to feel this emotion. You are always in a safe place to feel this emotion. You are always surrounded by love and support from the universe as you are feeling these emotions. Breathe in. Easy, relaxed breath out. Now, name this emotion. What is it that you're feeling? And when you name this emotion, for example, if the emotion is dread, call out that emotion by its name and say, "Dread, I love and appreciate you." And try as best as you can to love and appreciate dread or whatever emotion that you're feeling. And in doing so, you are helping to neutralize the feeling that you're feeling because you are bringing love and appreciation to counter the emotion. But that is not the only reason why you do it. It's not just to neutralize. Neutralize is a side effect. The benefit is in the love and appreciation of that emotion because you are bringing another piece of yourself back to center, taking a puzzle piece, putting it in place, and becoming whole, more whole again. And that is all that your soul seeks. Because you come onto this planet separated from the universe, and all you seek is to reconnect. And by taking the little pieces of yourself that you have cast aside and bringing them back to you through love and appreciation, you are to some extent coming back home. Not just those pieces of yourself coming home to yourself, but yourself returning to the embrace of the universe. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out. Now just contemplate that for a moment, that you are surrounded by the universe. You are a part of the universe. Your physical being, your DNA, is an expression of the universe. These emotions are an expression of who you are. And as you bring them back to yourself, you return back to yourself, the universe. Breathe in through your nose. Easy, relaxed breath out. Relax the knots in your stomach. Relax the tension in your back and shoulders. Allow your jaw to relax, your neck, your head, your eyebrows, your forehead. And just imagine all the tension flowing out of you like water flowing through a stream. Only this tension is flowing down out of your body into the earth to be transformed into a neutral energy available to create with. In this space, you have openness, the ability to receive guidance from the universe. Don't try to force it right now. It is important for you to be aware of this open space. And on that note, we will exit the dragon spirit space for now. Don't worry. Holly, me, will be giving a little bit of a more down-to-earth explanation right after. But first, let's do 3 dragon breaths to close the dragon spirit space for now. Hand on your heart and breathe in through your nose and breathe out. Ha. Again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ha. And again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ha. Thanks, universe, for putting me on the spot there. Okay, let me try to bring it down to earth in a way that the mind is okay with the interpretation. Because sometimes there are things that you can't put words to, and then the mind will resist it. But if we can put some words around it, like a framework, kind of a system, a process type thing, then the mind is more willing and readily able to accept it. So that space, that openness, it's not like you're creating a space, like you're training to reach a certain level. And then when you get to that level, then it's time to get down to work. So like you're not trying to open the space so that then you can then use your mind to try and come up with solutions to what you're facing right now that you want help from the universe with. Instead, the space is like, it's kind of like you have like a blackboard and you want to get the teachings from the teacher. If the blackboard's all covered in chalk, then you're not going to be able to see anything that the teacher writes on the board until the board is erased. And so the space is like having a nice, clean blackboard, all open, ready for the teacher to write with chalk on it. In class, if you remember being in school, or maybe you're still in school now, of course, you're probably not using chalkboards and chalk. The teacher's not doing that. But if you can imagine that there's a blackboard, there's chalk, there's the teacher, you can't force the teacher to write on the board. Like, the teacher's got things to teach, and they're going to teach it when the time's right. So they are going to write something on the board when the board's blank. And it is what you're there to learn. But you personally can't just go up there and start writing in chalk and hoping that that's going to speed things along. You're basically just creating this blank space, and then the universe will pass along a message to you. But you need the blank space first, and you can't force the message to happen. And for some people, you may need more practice keeping that blank space open, because you don't quite realize that even though you wipe the board with your right hand, there's your left hand busy scribbling away at the same time. So I want to reassure you that don't be concerned if you don't get an answer right away. The important thing is that you are creating space and you're neutralizing the intensity of the emotion you're feeling. So you're not burying it under the rug, but you are experiencing it and you're loving and appreciating it, and then you're creating space. And just that alone will be so beneficial for you and so helpful. And the universe is just saying to me, hey, you asked for help. We just gave you a technique to help you. The universe has a way of communicating, doesn't it? Anyhow, the mind wants to know, will it get answers? And the universe says, yes, you will get answers. So on that note, we're at the end of today's podcast episode. Thank you so much for joining me for the Holly C Show, Express Your Brilliance with Ease and Flow. I know that even world changers have bad days and encounter challenges in their lives. And it's just how you choose to deal with it that is what sets you apart. And that is what expressing your brilliance with ease and flow is all about. So whatever you may be facing now, I wish you a speedy resolution. And I am sending you positive vibes, good energy to yourself and all those involved, so that there is healing, growth, and expansion, and the best outcome for all. If you want to be in the dragon spirit space some more, I invite you to check out some of my other podcast episodes. You can find them on my blog at www.hollyc.com. So I look forward to reconnecting with you again in another podcast episode if you choose to listen to another one right now. Thanks again for listening. Bye for now.